Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be my 2025 Project Pan Roast. In this video, I shame myself for the products that I should have panned in the previous year, but didn't. Is this technically my 2024 Pan Project Roast? I don't know. The title will say what the year is. I don't know if I'm roasting myself from 2024 or if I'm counting this as my 2025 roast. I can't remember, but whatever it is, the title and a thumbnail will state what the year is. But this is a video that I do every year now where I just kind of make fun of myself for the 10 worst products that I should have met my goal on through project panning throughout the year, but didn't for one reason or another. It happens. It's not a perfect science. I've been panning for a long time. I think I started in 2017, maybe 2016. And after all these years, I still don't know how long it takes me to use up makeup, and I still don't know how much makeup I can realistically pan. And so as a result, I don't always meet my goals that I've set. Plus life happens, things come up. I wear makeup more, I wear makeup less. There's a million variables that go into project panning, and when things don't go right, products don't get finished. But there are some that are so shameful. I like to get on here and rip myself one for not finishing it. I had thought about not doing this video this year because I'm so far behind on videos, but I got a comment recently saying, hey, are you gonna do the roast? And I was like, I have to, don't I? And I have some products that I need to shame myself for, so might as well do it. I mean, I know it's March, but I mean, time is just a construct at this point, right guys? Like, we're not really thinking about the time things are supposed to be happening, because if we thought about that, you would have all abandoned me a long time ago, but better late than never, right? Quick mom update. Mom is still hanging in there. She had her second surgery. I think it was the right move. I was really scared that putting her little 83-year-old body through 2 surgeries in about the time frame of a month was too much for her. But I went to go visit her in the hospital a couple days after she had the surgery, and I happened to see her doctor there checking up on her, and he showed me x-rays of like the first surgery versus the second surgery and why he needed to do the second surgery and what wasn't healing properly with the first surgery. And when I looked at those x-rays, it was crystal clear that he did the right thing. I think if he wouldn't have done the second surgery, there was no chance of her ever walking again. She's still not walking. So, I mean, hopefully with the second surgery, she will start walking again, but I don't think it could have possibly happened if he hadn't gone back in and done the second surgery. Hopefully now she could walk again. She's back at a rehab center. She had to go to the hospital for, I don't know, 5 days while she had the surgery and then recuperated, and now she's back at a rehab center. It's very disruptive, you know, not only for her, it's very disorienting for her. And there are times when she doesn't understand, you know, like why she's there and why she can't go home. I think she's dealing with more confusion than she was before due to like pain medication that she's on, and just the whole experience has just been very disorienting for her. But also, like, my 87-year-old dad is spending his days at the rehab center keeping her company, so he's not able to do what he normally does. It's just throwing them off their routines, and it's very hard on them. But you know, keep them in your thoughts and prayers. This is life, right? We all go through this. Everybody goes through this at some point, but keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And I appreciate you guys and your concern for them, because, you know, they're my favorite people. So it's a lot for me to deal with, but, you know, I think a lot of people go through this phase in their life when they're still taking care of their children, but they also, you know, their parents also need them. Thank God my dad, who's 87, is still very capable of taking care of himself, and, you know, he's trying to help my mom as much as possible. So it's not all on me or my brothers to do anything. Like, we're just kind of still playing a supporting role than like a main role at this point. But it's more of a mental fatigue, you know, mentally draining experience to be worried about them than anything else. Not so much that it's taking up a lot of my personal time at this point, although I do try to visit her a couple times a week. Whereas before, when she was at home, I might only visit her once a month or something. So it's, you know, I'm trying to get in some extra visits while I can, because I just feel like when stuff like this happens, you know, you got to step up, right? Anyways, that's my mom update, because I know a lot of you guys sent your, messages of concern and well wishes for her. So that's what's going on with her. She's still fighting the good fight. Hopefully she'll start walking again. But anyways, let's get back into the Project Pan roast. I wanted to touch bases on where we left off with last year's Project Pan roast. There were 10 items that I roasted myself for. I'm happy to report that throughout the year, I did either finish or meet my goal on 5 of those items. I wish it was more than 5. 50% doesn't seem like that much to celebrate over, but that's how I roll. So the 5 products from last year that I either finished or met my goal on are the Smashbox Duo, my baby Panette palette that I was working on for several years. That was in my Project Pan roast last year, and I did finish that off, as you guys know. Also, my ColourPop lip gloss in the shade Curvy. I wanted to finish that off in 2023 so badly, and I couldn't get it done, but it didn't take too much longer after the roast for me to finish it off. Sometimes, after good shaming, I put my nose to the grindstone and get stuff done. Other times, not so much. The third item was my Maybelline Quad in Natural Shock. That was my Panette palette, or part of my Panette palette in, was it 2022 or 2023? I think it was 2023. And I didn't finish the quad. I didn't finish the whole quad. But I think what really burned me the most was I spent a lot of time trying to hit pan on the third deepest shade. So I'll probably have a picture up as I'm talking, but it was a quad, so 4 shadows. The lightest shade was a white shade. I hit pan on that. The second lightest shade was kind of a tan shade. The third shade was this chocolatey brown, and it was beautiful, and I spent so much time working on that shade. The fourth shade was a deeper brown. I didn't spend a lot of time. I really wanted to hit pan on that third shade. I couldn't make it happen in 2023, but I did hit pan on it in 2024. I brought it back specifically for a project just to hit pan on that one shade, and I did do that. Plus, I got some more use out of the other shades, and I repressed the broken white shade, which was driving me nuts. So that was all good. The fourth item was an item I finished, and that was a Jordana lip liner. I wasn't working on that lip liner forever, and I just got so close to finishing it. I really gave it a final push at the end of the year in 2023, and I just couldn't get it done. And I was like, come on, when you're really trying to make a goal happen without overusing a product unnaturally, and then you still can't do it, it's frustrating, and that was one of them. And then the fifth item was one that I'd been working on for 4 years, and I just couldn't get it done by the end of the year. And that was my Maybelline Dream Bouncy Blush in the shade Peach Satin. That took forever. I was really hoping to have that in my 2023 empties. Didn't happen, but I did manage to finish it off in 2024. The 5 items from my Project Pan roast of last year that I still haven't met my goal on an entire year later include my Jante Blue eyeliner. That's going to be in a project forever. I mean, that's going to be in my collection forever. It just won't go. My ColourPop lip liner in BFF. I've kind of been rallying with that lip liner a little bit lately. I will be talking about it again in just a minute. It is going to be rolled over, but I still got a long way to go. My NARS Rakugian pencil. My Urban Decay lipstick sample in the shade Easy, and my Looksy Beauty eyeshadow single in the shade Halo, which the goal for that is just to hit pan. That's it, just hit pan in an eyeshadow. Project Panners do this all the time. I don't know why I can't. So those were the 5 items from the Project Pan roast of last year that I still have not met my goal on. All right, let's get into my top 10 for this year's Project Pan roast. There are 3 rollovers out of the 5 from last year's Project Pan roast. I couldn't bring all 5 back, it was just too shameful, but I did bring 3 back, and I'm hoping that 2025 is going to be their year. The first one, I'm calling it now. It's going to be out of here this year. NARS Rakugian. I am wearing it right now. That is the shade I have on my lips. It's pretty. I don't know if you could tell that it just doesn't really, I don't know. I feel like it looks like I'm wearing nothing. And that's the reason why I haven't panned this any sooner. It's a great pencil. It's an easy to wear pencil, but I just feel like I'm not really wearing anything. And because of that, I don't reach for it. I'd much rather reach for something brighter or darker or shinier. It's also like a semi-matte. The formula is not my favorite formula. I would prefer something a lot glossier. It's comfortable, but it's not the most comfortable. Anyways, it's still going strong. I mean, I think its days are numbered. I have moved this back to my wallet. I carried this in my wallet for a while, and I found that when I have it in my wallet, I wear it and I wear it and I wear it, and then it needs to be sharpened, and then weeks will go by with me not sharpening it. So I feel like that doesn't really do me any good, because one, I need a lipstick to put on during the workday, and that's why I have something in my wallet. But also, like, if I'm not sharpening it and wearing it, I'm not making progress. So I took it out of my wallet, kept it in the bathroom, really wasn't reaching for it there either. So now it's back in my wallet. I'm reaching for it again, and I'm really trying to pull it out of my wallet when it gets dull and sharpen it and just finish it off, because this is all that's left and I'm ready. The next rollover is this freaking lipstick sample in the shade Easy from Urban Decay. This is, I have no words. Like, finish it, Paula, finish it. This has been in project after project. I had this in my advent calendar project pan in 2024, and I didn't use it once, not one time. I've already rolled it over into a new project for 2025. Still haven't used it once. I'm going to finish this year. I'm going to create an eye look where I feel confident wearing a red lipstick. I will blot it. I will do whatever I have to do to make myself comfortable, and I'm gonna get that done. But it should have been gone a long time ago. And the final rollover is my ColourPop lip liner in BFF. I do feel like I'm working on this, and one of my biggest complaints about this lip pencil this entire time has been that the shade is very neutral. It doesn't have really any pink in it, doesn't really have any peach in it, and it's light. If it was a deeper brown, I feel like it could do a better job lining my lips, but it's light. And therefore it just kind of feels pointless to wear this, because I'd prefer a lip color with a little bit more pink in it or a little bit more peach in it, or I prefer it to be a deeper brown that can really define my lips. So this one doesn't feel like it's doing much. Now that, you know, it's the middle of winter and I'm at about the palest I get, I am appreciating this slightly more. And so I'm trying to reach for this as much as I can tolerate. And so I think this pencil has gotten a little bit shorter, but it's back in my roast for another year and I couldn't do it. These are typically the kind of products that project panners just finish. Like the fact that I'm working on these things year after year after year after year, it's just ridiculous. I mean, what even is project panning? I don't know. All right, so those are the 3 rollovers. There's 7 new products that I'd like to thoroughly shame myself for not finishing. The one that I could probably give myself the best pass on is this foundation from L'Oreal. This is the Infallible Pro Matte. I really like this foundation. This is in the shade Natural Buff. This is kind of a summer shade for me, and that's the problem, is that all these products were in year-long projects, but I can't wear this all year long. This is too deep for me to wear for a good chunk out of the year. So that's the only reason why I'm giving myself even a slight pass on not getting this finished. But I don't think most people require years to finish a foundation. I mean, this is 1.0 fluid ounces. This is a typical foundation. I think it takes most people about, I don't know, 6 months to finish a foundation. And I couldn't do it. I've had this for years and years and years, and I would like to see this gone in 2025. I am still in the middle of doing my inventory, and I cannot get my liquid foundation inventory to go down because I never finish anything. It's crazy. Like, nothing gets finished. And I don't think most project panners have a problem with finishing foundation, but it's a real like kryptonite for me. Like, I cannot do it, and it's driving me crazy. So hopefully this will go. Hopefully I don't get any new foundations in 2025, and hopefully my foundation number will finally go down, because this is ridiculous. Next, I have 2 lip products. They kind of tell the same story, so I'll just say it one time. But basically, both of these lip products, I did put a lot of lip products into projects in 2024. I might have overdone it on lip products. However, both of these items were supposed to be easy wins. Like, get them in, get them out, finish them, lower your inventory, have a win, and I couldn't do it. And that reason applies to both these products. And I just don't know how I didn't do it. These were slam dunks. They were give-me's, and I couldn't make it happen. The first one is this Becca lip gloss in Lychee Topaz. It's one of those click-up pens, and you could see where the current line is. I probably only used this, I don't know, less than 10 times in the entire year. And I made that much progress because that fill line was down like below the silver at the start of the project. So, I mean, I used like a quarter of this by using it 10 times. I could have knocked this out so fast if I would have just focused in on it a little bit more, and I didn't. I've already decided this is going to be a rollover in my Beauty A to Z project, so maybe I could do it in 2025. Maybe now that I've put it in my Project Pan Roast, it will be, but it should have been gone by December 31st, 2024. All right, same, different product, same reasoning. My little Wet n Wild dual-ended lip liner and lip pencil. I've panned 2 of these in the last couple years. I had a total of 3 of these. This is a very, very old product. Wet n Wild hasn't made this product in a bajillion years. And I panned 2 of these very easily. Now, those colors were both a little bit more pleasing to me. One was a little bit more of a peachy color and one was a little bit more of a pinky color. This is just kind of another like champagne beige, not my favorite color. I don't really like the neutrals, as I've stated already, but even still, this is the kind of thing you could just knock out without even trying. And I just didn't use it enough. That's all I have left on the lip crayon side. And for the liner side, I don't even know. Even less. That's it. I couldn't do it. I didn't do it. I should have done it, but I didn't do it. Those 2 pencils kind of give me the side eye. Like, Paula, get it together. You're a project panner. It's what you do. Make it happen. All right. These next 2 are possibly, I mean, these are all painful, but these 2 are really painful. Oh, I cannot believe I didn't get these finished in 2024. All right, they are both depotted pans of product. One is a blush, one is a bronzer. Do you know what I'm talking about already? I mean, if you watch my videos, you probably have an idea about what I'm gonna show you. For the blush, this is a tiny pan of blush from Too Faced. It came from my Natural Face palette originally. This was in a Pan That palette back in 2017. I spent an entire year working on this blush, never even hit pan on it. Brought it back in 2024 thinking, you got a year's worth of work on this blush, knock it out. And, you know, I made really good progress. I mean, on the positive side, I made really good progress. On the negative side, like, really, Paula, you couldn't have just knocked this out. There's hardly anything left. Now, granted, I have been using this some in 2025. That's not exactly where we left off on December 31st because I have still been using it, but boy, do I wish I could have gotten that done in 2024. And also my little bronzer from Too Faced. That is it. I got everything done but that tiny little speck. I am really looking forward to finishing those 2 pans of product, getting 2 more points towards my low buy, and clearing out these 2 pans from my magnetic palettes so that I have a little bit more space, because my magnetic palettes are very, very, very full and I need space. So I have decided to keep working on these and finish them off, even though they're technically no longer in a project. I need them gone, I need them out, but I just cannot believe I couldn't get it done in 2024. And you know, I try not to blame like one project for another project's failure, but the truth is, in my 6 by Santa project, I put in a blush and a bronzer into that project. And I have to, like, now I'm sitting there thinking, like, if I wouldn't have put those 2 items into that project, could I have gotten those done? With 30 uses, I think I had the goal of using them 20 times or 30 times. If I could have used these products 20 more times, would that have been enough to finish them off? I don't know. But Oh, it just drives me crazy that I couldn't get them done by the end of 2024. There are still 2 more products that I'd like to roast myself for. Are these the 2 most embarrassing products? These might be the 2 most embarrassing products. I mean, how do you rank the shame that you feel for not accomplishing a goal? I don't know. But these, I think what's really bad about these last 2 products is that my goal was just to hit pan. I just needed to hit pan. I didn't need to finish them. I just needed to hit pan. I mean, we all remember that girl from 2018 that like hit pan like a pro. Like she would just burrow her way down like a little squirrel and hit pan like it was nothing. What was her name? Lucia something? Oh my gosh. Remember her? She was a pan hitting queen. What happened to her? Yeah, it's not that hard to hit pan, especially on these types of products that are creamier. But leave it to me. I didn't do it. And again, both of these products were in year-long projects. It's not like I only had 3 months to try and hit this goal. These were in the projects for 12 months. 12 months and I still didn't do it. First of all, I have ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Tassel. Part of my problem with this product is that it's dried out a little bit and it's not as creamy as it used to be. It's almost like hard pan, but for a soft, creamy product. I don't know how to describe that, but I'm not even able to work my way down in the middle like I normally would. I'm kind of just I'm able to pick up product, so that's not the issue, but it's just not as creamy as it once was. The other problem I had with this shadow was just figuring out how I wanted to wear it, because it's like a really white metallic shade, and that's not a shade I typically go for eye looks. Like I very rarely do a super white eyelid. Turns out where this product absolutely shines and is super amazing is layered over deeper shadows. And I have a lot of deeper shadows that I'm trying to project pan. And so that worked out really well once I figured it out. Unfortunately, you know, I guess I just didn't figure it out early enough in the year, but I have been enjoying this very much layered over deeper shadows. Like I might put a deeper shadow over like the outer half of my eyelid and then layer this over the inner half and kind of like blend the 2 together. It looks very beautiful. I really like the combination. I get compliments on the combination. And then of course the final problem, as always, is that I'm just always panning too many eyeshadows. I own an absolutely ridiculous amount of eyeshadows. And so even if I put 30 or 40 or 50 eyeshadows into projects, it's just a very tiny fraction of my overall eyeshadow collection. So it doesn't seem like that much in relation to how much I own. But when I have to really be realistic about how much progress I can make by panning eyeshadows, it's not practical to have as many eyeshadows in projects as I do. It's all part of the balance of project panning and figuring out what works for me as an individual. I think it's part of being a project panner. And, you know, I know that for me, one trick is to have enough products in every category that I don't get bored and I don't tend to want to give up or quit or cheat on my project panning items, but not have so much variety that I never make any progress. And that's something I'm still working towards, obviously. And finally, the last item, this was another one where the goal was just to hit pan and I couldn't do it. My J-Cat Prismetal eyeshadow in the shade Electra. I love this shade. I love this so much. And this is still super creamy and moussey. And yet, no pan. I use this a bunch. I actually tracked my usage on this shadow because it's in my Beauty A to Z project. I don't remember off the top of my head how many uses I got, but I have it marked down in a notebook. But yeah, whatever it wasn't enough to hit pan. And because this is not a ColourPop Super Shock Shadow, I really don't know much about like how deep the pan is or like what it looks like. I'm assuming there's no like button in the middle, like the ColourPop Super Shock Shadows have that little button in the middle that you usually hit pan on fastest. But I am determined to find the bottom of the pan of this shadow. So I'm gonna keep working on this. I love this so very much. I do have another one of these in a different shade that I haven't used much. But, and I have no idea if J-Cat is still making these, but these are amazing. These are really, really amazing. This is another product that I like most layered over a deeper eyeshadow. I just find it to be so dimensional and so beautiful, and that's how I've enjoyed wearing it the most. Particularly that greeny, charcoaly shade that's been in my Pan That palette for last year, my Tiny Pans Pan That palette, or no, my Fun Size Pan That palette. And I really like this shade layered over that shade because, oh, it's just so pretty. I just really like it. I really like it. Yeah. But I didn't hit pan, which was the goal. So we're gonna keep working on it in 2025. And in the meantime, I'm going to shame myself for not accomplishing goals. Now, I would never shame any of you guys for what you do and don't do with project panning. And this is all in good fun. Obviously, I'm not gonna lose sleep over this, but I do find that a combination of rewarding myself and bragging about my accomplishments, as well as shaming myself for the things I did not accomplish, are a healthy combination for me and keeping me motivated in project panning. But I am a firm believer that everybody's project panning style is different and that nobody should compare themselves to anybody else, and that the way I project pan is the way I project pan, and there's nothing I could really do about it. But there are times where I feel like it's not the way I apply makeup, it's the way I need to focus in on items that I didn't do and I should have done. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching me rip myself for the 10 items that brought me the most shame for not accomplishing my goals in 2024. Yeah. Year after year after year, there's never a shortage. I've never run out of 10 items to find. Like, come on, you couldn't have done it. There's 10 new ones every year. I mean, and sadly, a lot of them could be rolled over. I could have rolled over 5 products from last year. Hopefully there won't be 5 rollovers for next year. Anyways, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.